2006 was really the first time that I realised the speed and effectiveness of the internet. I mean, up until then, this was the internet was developing, quite slowly compared to the speed that we've had in the last 2 or 3 years. And that was that moment that I realised it's not just the world changing, it's not just the media changing, but the law needed to change, because the speed that the false allegations were being disseminated was one thing, but the speed that we have to move at to counter them, and if you don't do it, it's a waste of time. You need 2 things to be able to succeed as a media lawyer. The first one's backbone, because quite often we're the subject of attack for taking a certain stance in this era. And the other is judgment, knowing how to deal with something, how to deal with it quickly, and how to deal with it effectively in a scenario where half the world's going to know the allegation by the time we're even consulted, never mind by the time we act. And I've been campaigning for Google, Facebook, and all the other online giants to be put on the same level footing as the traditional media, because the traditional media are having all their advertising taken from them. They are having their investigative journalism lifted without payment, and yet the online giants are saying, well, but we're different. We're merely a platform. We're profiting from being a platform. We're at a very, in my opinion, a very pivotal moment in terms of society generally, because we've got to decide, what are we? George Orwell, when he wrote 1984, talked about Big Brother watching us. In 2024, the way things are going at the moment, our data is going to be in the hands of the social media giants, search engine. We can't get that back. So what is society going to be like in 2024? That's only a couple of years from now. The way things are going, I think George Orwell's predictions are going to be, almost quite quaint looking back compared to what actually is developed now. I have absolute confidence in the judiciary, and I don't care whether it's a London judge, Dublin judge, or a Belfast judge. They can normally get to the bottom of a case. The Arlene Foster case, former First Minister of Northern Ireland, where we took action against Christian Jessen, Dr. Christian Jessen, the Harley Street doctor here. And I'd written out in a piece of paper before the judge came up with his fine for the amount that he came up with, and it was exactly the same, 125,000. And he came up with that, and we had no clue as to what he was going to determine the case with. So to get it right, President Obama in 2010 brought in the Speech Act. I was partly blamed for that. It was to prevent US citizens suing other US citizens or US corporations outside the jurisdiction of and the authority of the United States. And that was quite effective, because there were penalties, etc., if you did that, and it made it very difficult for them to do that. They could still sue the Daily Mail, because obviously a British company. And then, of course, Facebook, Google, Amazon, all, because of tax tourism, they set up their EMEA headquarters in Dublin. But it was Facebook Ireland, Irish company, Google Ireland, Irish company, Speech Act, gone. No protection there. So they hadn't thought that one through, but we'll not maybe tell them about it for a while till I get a few more years of litigating here.